All right, we're going to start with our next interview. We have the lovely Kiwi, who were the 2022 BlurCon winner, right?
2021.
2021, I was off by a year. BlurCon cosplay winner. So we're so happy to have you here. And let's have our first question from the press outlets.
James Herndon, Moana Nui podcast. What led you to cosplay initially, and what are some of your inspirations for your cosplay?
Well, I got into cosplay. I've always been in love with anime since elementary school, and then I found out that conventions were a thing and that you could actually dress up as your characters. So when I was in high school, starting out, I started picking up my grandmother's sewing machine, and I taught myself how to sew. I did my senior project on it when I'm in my senior year, and then I went on to have a bachelor's degree in fashion textile management, and also went and got a master's. So, yes.
What was your hardest cosplay to make?
To date, my hardest cosplay would be Angrboda from God of War Ragnarok. It's got a lot of different armor pieces, but also a lot of sewing. Craft work. I've made the wig from scratch. I made the shoes to be traditional Viking style shoes from scratch. So there's a lot of different techniques I had to learn.
Glenn Malone, Completing Our Authority. So what was the first cosplay that inspired you to, I know you say you watch anime and it kind of inspired you to, but what was the first character that inspired you to say, hey, I want to really do this character?
My inspiration would be Sailor Moon. I love seeing Princess Serenity's dress, and that has always been my dream cosplay, and I've been working my way up because I want to do the dress justice, so I've been practicing my skills. I'm going to do like lots of embroidery and beadwork for it. Yes.
Mac Jenkins, Moana Nui podcast. Is there, and maybe the one you just mentioned might actually be the answer to my question, but just in case it's not, is there a cosplay that you have in mind that maybe you haven't figured out completely how to put it together, but it's just kind of, yeah, that one. I got to figure that out at some point.
Let's see. I think probably would fall into Critical Role. I really want to cosplay as Molly Mock. It's got horns, body paint. There's several layers. It's a very intricate coat, and it has a tail, which I want to make fully functional. So there's a lot of pieces that I'm working on to figure out.
So you have won multiple awards over the years. What's your most prized one?
I think I would say my most prized one is Best Overall at YomaCon for 2023. It was my first time entering in a contest that's a preliminary for international contest. So my award was the next under from winning the trip to go to another country. So it was my stepping stone to pursue that dream of going to compete in other countries with cosplay.
You mentioned your education, getting a master's and going to college. How did your hobby play into your education, or vice versa, as far as pieces that you may have used for projects and assignments?
Being able to incorporate what I've learned in classes for my cosplays also really helps because I get to practice with pattern making and understanding how to approach a cosplay a certain way. I've also started off doing commissions, so I had to practice while I was in school earning money doing commissions, so I could go to cons when I had free days off. So it kind of went hand in hand to fund my hobby.
You talk about you do commission work. How do you balance that and stuff for yourself?
Usually I have to accept commissions way in advance, because a couple of months in advance, so that I don't overlap, because I know a lot of people will want to go to the same con that I am, and then I'm working on the same cosplay for that con, and I'm also working on their cosplay, so it kind of it'll cut it close. So that's why I have to schedule it way in advance for it.
Any other questions from the audience?
Yeah, this might be it. What's your favorite anime overall?
Oh, that's hard. I think I really love Black Butler It's got beautiful costume designs for the characters. Like the writing's really awesome. I love the little mysteries and solving cases sort of deal, and like the characters are so dynamic and funny.
And if that's the end of our questions from the audience, then